able to speak to you. I do not know plain speak, so the translation may be a bit rough. However, I am now able to communicate with you thanks to the technology in these beads. Yes, these beads come from a fruit that my people discovered on this land. How did you find yourself here? I have seen your kind before, but you are very far from home. Yes, you are human, correct? Yes, I can tell by the off color. Are you astronaut? So you are very smart. Yes. Well, I am on patrol, and I am meant to find anything that may seem suspicious, and you are quite suspicious. I am afraid I will have to take you in for questioning, and I cannot leave you here. Your crew has died. I found their bodies. There are 5 of you. Yes? Yes. I saw your crashed ship, and the bodies were unfortunately devastated. However, I was able to carry you here. You have escaped the mission with your life, which is very good. Well, I will have to take you into questioning with those who sit higher than I, but I can tell you a bit about the planet that you are on. You are on the planet Imene, the home of the Ime. I am Edith. Well, that is my race. My name is Terrera, but you are amongst my people. We are traditionally workers of the land, and we care for the ocean and the land that we live on. This is very not typical clothing of my people. I do work for the others, so I have higher rank than those who wear the natural garb. I am law enforcement. You are lucky. We do devote a good portion of our resources to human recovery. Humans are very valuable on this planet, so you are in luck. We don't use humans the way that the other species do, for working or for harvesting their parts or anything of that nature. We value humans as a part of our society and celebrate you. So I will ask you a few questions and give you an assessment to make sure that you will survive the journey to the next person who will handle you. But we can't take you there unless we are sure that you will survive, because the trip will be daunting. So I am going to gather my supplies. That way I can administer to you a test that will determine whether you are concussed, whether you are able to move, whether you are able to properly hold yourself in front of the higher-ups in a way that is presentable and makes a good impression for your interview. You will be interviewing for a position. The minute you get here, you will be put into a very important role. You are very smart. Your brain is very valuable. Within your body, of course. We are not savages. Those are the others. There is another species that is lava dwelling that is quite frightening. Have you seen? I know that you have spent some time unconscious, but have you seen anyone red orange or yellow perchance, blacked out eyes, kind of scary, big fangs. Nothing yet. Okay, allow me to grab my supplies. You do let me know if you can remember seeing anything frightening. Yes, the kit from this outpost is almost completely empty. I was only able to find this light, so I will be conducting examinations that I can do with my own physical form. So I will hand you my hands. Please squeeze them as hard as possible. That is as hard as you can squeeze. Harder, please. Okay. Interesting. Okay, push down on my hands. Push down with all of your weight. That is as hard as you can push down. Push up. Okay. Do you feel weak at all? Are you experiencing weakness with your no fatigue? You feel quite strong. Do you need to be fed, perhaps? Allow me to get you food. I have a pie with meat, local meat of creatures that are far too complicated for your brain to understand. But it will be unlike anything you've ever tasted. Try it. What does that taste like to you? Colorful. Yes, I've heard it described that way. I believe that's actually quite a normal reaction, so it is good that you were able to taste. What is the texture of this item? Okay, yes, it can be experienced in a lot of different ways. The texture differs from person to person, experience to experience, and with the very temperature of the item, which I find to be very interesting. Good. Well, I am going to shine a light, and I will need you to follow it to judge your visual. Look here. Are you? You're following it with to the best of your ability. And really, really follow it for me. If I complicate the game and I add a secondary finger, do you struggle to follow at all? If you look only at the hand with the translator, only this hand. Very interesting. Now I will do a slightly different game. Where is the noise coming from? What type of stimulus is it? Is it close or far from your form? Now, if you look here, is this close or far from your form? Is this close or far from your form? This hand, look only at this hand. Closer or further? Closer or further? And let me know when I am going to touch you. Good. Let me know when I have touched you already. I see you are anticipating. Yes, and I have touched you. Now look at the glow for me. Close one eye. Your pupils seem to be dilating normatively, so I really do not see what the problem is, but you do seem to be impaired very slightly in your cognition. Very slightly. Follow? Does looking at this light cause any strain for you at all? Interesting. Okay, that is all I need from you as far as the vision testing goes. You have had your taste analyzed, you have had your vision analyzed, you have had your touch analyzed. The only things we have left are scent and the sixth sense. Do you feel as if you are in any sort of danger right now? If you had to describe your emotionality, how do you feel? There is a chart on the other end of the room if you feel unsure. Do you feel nervous about being in a new environment? You did complete your mission. You have discovered, in your words, life elsewhere. I bet you feel accomplished. I am very glad that you will now be participating in our human cultivation program. We will be very excited to have you, granted that you are able to survive the trip. We do have to make quite the trek. You see, the mountain people, those who unfortunately colonized my people, live very far from the ground where we currently are. So we have a few outposts to stop at. And the journey will be quite extensive, but if you do make it, it will be very worth it. I am greatly looking forward to your role in our society, and I do hope that you are excited as well. For now, I will be removing my translation device. The fruit does lose its power as it is continued use, so I will be removing it to use it for more important things in the future.